Hello, my friends. Let's start with the situation along the front line, starting with the Pokrovsk direction, because we have some bad news here. The occupiers have captured half of the village of Novooleksandrivka, advancing by 1 kilometer and 250 meters. Additionally, they've progressed in the fields near the village. It's clear that the controlled territory is gradually expanding here, and unfortunately, the Ukrainian armed forces haven't been able to cut off this section of the front. The Russians also showed that they raised their flag in Novopokrovsk, confirming their advance of another 1 kilometer and 300 meters. Now, the village has completely fallen under their control, but that's not all. The occupiers managed to advance by 1 kilometer and 400 meters in the area of Karlivka, essentially capturing the outskirts of Karlivka and progressing through the fields. Overall, as predicted, the situation here continues to deteriorate. Urgent attention needs to be directed to this area. Otherwise, with the offensive on the Kharkiv front, the occupiers might once again start making significant breakthroughs here. Today, battles are already taking place in Yasnobrodivka, and the occupiers are breaking through directly to Komyshivka, with fighting near the water barrier. Additionally, the battles for Novoselivka, Persha, and Yevgenivka haven't ceased. Meanwhile, rear bombardments continue, and yesterday the Russians struck Selidove, which is here again. And now let's return to the Kharkiv direction. Here, the occupiers are gradually reducing their activity, conducting a few attacks daily without any new successes. Reports indicate that the Ukrainian armed forces are conducting counterattacks and have achieved success in the village of Hlyboke. However, we need to wait for official statements and consequently updates on the map. In Vovchansk, the fighting continues, but here too there are only a few breakthroughs attempts per day, and the Russians are having no success. Additionally, for the second day in a row, the Russians are assaulting the village of Tykhe. However, the Ukrainian armed forces are successfully repelling all attacks, while the shelling continues at maximum intensity. The occupiers are even shelling the Russian village of Shebekino again, where another bomb has fallen. In the Kupiansk direction, the occupiers are continuing their battles in the area of Zelenskyi and Petropavlivka. All attacks near Pishane have been unsuccessful, and the Ukrainian forces have managed to repel these assaults. Moreover, the front line hasn't changed over the past day. In the Svatove area, the occupiers continue to attack Berestove and Stelmakhivka. Here, the Ukrainian forces are successfully maintaining their defense. Further south, yesterday's attacks on Novooleksandrivka were unsuccessful, and today they are attempting to break through to Kharkiv. However, there are no changes so far. In the Kreminna direction, fighting is ongoing in the area of Nevske. As for other settlements, all attacks have ceased. The Russians remain in their previous positions and are not achieving any success. In the Siversk direction, the occupiers are trying to break through to Verkhnokamianske, but the Ukrainian forces are successfully repelling all attacks. The activity in other settlements has decreased for now, and the occupiers are conducting another regrouping. In the Chasiv Yar area, the occupiers continue fighting for Karlivka, Ivanivske, the outskirts of Chasiv Yar and Andriivka. The activity is quite high, with 11 assaults repelled in the past day, and the fighting continues. However, there have been no changes along the front line over the past day. In the direction of Kurakhove, Fighting continues for Krasnohorivka, with the occupiers attempting to break through to Georgiivka. Additionally, battles for Paraskoviivka persist. Unfortunately, the occupiers have also made some gains here. They managed to advance in the village and across the fields around it. The approximate change in the front line amounts to 800 meters. As we can see, the situation here is quite challenging, and the occupiers are making some progress. In the Vuhledar direction, battles are ongoing in the area around Staromaiorske. It's important to note that the occupiers managed to advance by 1 kilometer and 300 meters here, and most of the village has come under their control. Now they are attempting to push the Ukrainian forces' defense lines even further. In the Zaporizhzhia direction, fighting near Molotokmachka continues without pause. However, the Russian forces haven't achieved any success, and the front line has remained unchanged over the past day. In the Kherson direction, the occupiers continue to suffer casualties in the area around the village of Kharkiv and haven't made any gains. Meanwhile, the shelling of the right bank has significantly intensified, and curiously, today Russian military correspondents from this direction began openly complaining about the complete disorder within the army. It seems that the problem are piling up, and now they are starting to voice them openly. Let's read. Here is a response to Alokhin. We are just a bunch of idiots, from the Kremlin down to the last convict in storm. We shouldn't have forgotten involved in this war, excuse me, special military operation without our own solid policy and advanced technologies. And we had none of that. We have been messing up for 33 years since 1991, and what we lost we haven't rebuilt since 2001. And now we are trying to puff off. Our grandfathers must be turning in their graves knowing that we, Russia, are buying ammunition from North Korea and Iran. Anyway, I'm still recovering from a concussion and I'm saying what I see. But the axiom is wars are won through alliances, and our allies are really losing. Best regards. Tomorrow I promise to write a super patriotic post. For now, I'm too shaken up and my doctor is advising against it. As we can see, Russian war correspondents are not only speaking the truth on television, but they are also writing in their Telegram channels about the real situation they are facing. In turn, Zelensky and Biden signed a 10-year security agreement yesterday. The agreement includes very specific provisions about the Patriot air defense systems and the supply of combat squadrons, including but not limited to the F-16s. Meanwhile, Biden stated,
with regard to the first question, it is clear that the near abroad, meaning just across the line of the border with Russia and Ukraine, that it makes a lot of sense for Ukraine to be able to take out or combat what is coming across that border. In terms of long-range weapons, longer-range weapons into the interior of Russia, we have not changed our position on that sort.
At the same time, Zelensky shared details about his phone conversation with the leader of China.
Насамперед, у мене була телефонна розмова з лідером Китаю. По телефону. Він сказав, що він не буде продавати жодного озброєння Росії. Це перше. Ми з вами побачимо, але він мені це сказав. Якщо він поважна людина, він не буде цього робити, бо дав мені слово. По-друге, ви знаєте, дуже добре знаєте в деталях про наш мирний план, він відкритий для всіх. Він спирається на хартію ООН, і ви знаєте, що він спирається на наступні принципи: територіальна цілісність, суверенітет, ядерна безпека, продовольча безпека. Якщо Китай має альтернативний погляд на це, вони можуть підготувати альтернативну формулу миру. Якщо ми поділяємо спільні погляди на це, як глобально з усім світом, мені так видається. Отже, якщо вони поділяють цей шлях до миру, то ми знайдемо діалог.
Overall, we are waiting to see how events will unfold in the context of peaceful conflict resolution. And that's all from me. So please don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell to stay updated on all the latest news. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Bye bye.